have an important announcement for all of you out there in No Simple Road listener land.
What is it?
You should go check out Shop Tour Bus.
Oh,
you should totally do that. You should go.
I love Shop Tour Bus.
And get yourself some new threads over at shoptourbus.com or at Shop Tour Bus on Instagram. Grateful Dead inspired merch with the coolest twist and turn you have ever seen out there on the lot or anywhere else.
That's right.
That's true.
But are they comfortable?
Why, Apple? I would say yes. They are the most comfortable shirts. And are they going to come to you creatively?
Yes.
Yes,
they are.
They're gonna come in a handcrafted box that is gonna be one of a kind, especially for you, and it's gonna come with all kinds of other stuff in it besides the shirt. You never know what you're gonna get.
That's right.
Or hat or hoodie or sticker.
And you might be lucky and get a miracle bootleg
cassette tape in your order. I don't know any other company that's tossing random miracle bootlegs in their orders.
Nor do I.
So that tells you that these are the coolest heads on the planet. So go check out shoptourbus.com, and when you're checking out, put in the promo code No Simple Road, all one word, and you are going to get free shipping from the family over at shoptourbus.com. Have you ever been on your way to a concert in another city, to a venue you've never been to, and you really wished that you had the scoop?
Yeah. I get a little nervous not knowing what to expect pulling up. I wish there was something I could do about that.
There absolutely is something you could do about
like
that.
What?
Apple. You can go to venuelama.com.
What?
Yes, venuelama.com has all the info you need for not every venue, for most of the venues out there that we all frequent and go to.
Like where's the nearest bathroom? I got to go so bad.
Well, go to that venue's page, check out the reviews that other concert goers have left on that page, and they will give you the scoop as to what bathroom is the best. Things like, what entrance can you get in the fastest? What's the security like? Do I have to hide my extracurricular activities somewhere? Well, at this venue you do. Or is there water fill stations? Where's the best restaurants? What hotel is cool for me to stay at and easy to get to? What's ride sharing like? All that stuff that you wonder before you go to a venue. Venuelama.com has the scoop. And this is all done by the fans, the people that know what's actually going on, us.
By the fans, for the fans.
Pro showgoers like you and I are leaving their reviews on venuelama.com. Go over there and sign up today, become part of the Llama base, and help other showgoers know what the fuck is going on out there. venuelama.com. No Simple Road is stoked to have Sunset Lake CBD back with us as our sponsor. Sunset Lake is the real deal. If you've looked around trying to find CBD and it just didn't do what it was supposed to do, this is the place you need to go. They've got every kind of product you can imagine, including CBD tinctures with sleep gummies that are great for getting to bed, CBD gummy bears and reishi-infused chews that can help bring you a little bit of calm in a stressful day. They've got salve. They've got smokable hemp flower that's great for folks like me that don't want to get stoned and paranoid but want to have the benefits of cannabis. Well, now you got it. And they even carry CBD products for your pets, man. I'm saying this is Darwin approved stuff. Go over to sunsetlakecbd.com and check out the full range of what they have. This is Vermont grown, right to your door, and they're giving you 20% off. So put in the promo code NSR20 when you're checking out. You're going to get 20% off your whole order. And I know you're going to love it. They even have subscription options open for you, so you don't forget to get your medicine. Go check out Sunset Lake CBD, everybody.
No Simple Road. Yeah, here we go.
I know the road may seem to go on forever and a lifetime.
I was just looking.
You don't look ready.
Huh?
I don't feel tardy.
I'm still preparing.
Preparing all the way up to the last second.
Cutting it close there, Chief.
That's how you got to be reminding me, Craig.
We were researching and looking for things that our guest on No Simple Road this week, Trevor Clark. Hello, Trevor Clark.
Hey. Wait. Hey now, No Simple Road family. This is Aaron.
And Mel.
Oh, an apple.
Yeah, wow.
Well, we kind of did it backwards then. We let you know Trevor Clark's going to be on
Right
the
up
show.
front.
Now we're No Simple Road. Should we go back and do something else?
Let's do the business, and then
should we
we'll talk
restart?
about it. No,
Okay.
We'll do the whole thing in reverse.
I can't think that much right now. This episode of No Simple Road is with our new friend, Trevor Clark. I am super stoked and excited for all of you to find out, if you don't know about Trevor Clark, to find out about him and listen to his music. If
you live in Nashville, you got to know who Trevor Clark is.
Well, that too. But he's got an EP out called the 4115 Session, and it's with Sicard Hollow and our recent guest, Kyle Tuttle. And there's a song on there. So Trevor hit me up on Instagram and was like, hey, man, I make music. I think I'd love to come on No Simple Road. I think it'd be a good fit. And we get lots of submissions. I don't take everyone, most of them. I don't, but not everyone. And I put on Miracle, and I was in the kitchen cooking, and I was instantly like, oh yeah, this guy's coming on the show. This is going to be a blast talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really,
And it
really,
was.
yeah. And you got to stay tuned all the way through to almost the end of the episode. There is a special Easter egg in here for all of you. There's a really cute, sweet thing that happened during this interview, but if you don't listen all the way to the end, you're going to miss the cute, sweet thing.
Yeah, why wouldn't you listen all the way to the end?
Yeah.
Well, so you know what?
I know. I know.
Some
Some people
folks-
cut them short.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
People's
Well,
listening habits are all over the place.
Well, and I know somebody that just usually won't watch something to the end.
That's-
Who's
Getting close
watch
to
like
home.
3 seasons of something and then not ever finish the last
Okay,
episode.
well, I finished all of Trevor Clark's EPs, so check out the 4115 Session, and also check out the 2020 release, the Lifestyle EP. You guys are going to dig this, and this cat is like extremely freaking talented, man, and plays with everybody, and now part of the No Simple Road family, and I'm stoked to have had him on the show.
Yeah, and like I always say, you can always go over to YouTube. There's quite a few videos up of him doing performances with Trevor Clark Trio and himself, and joining all kinds of other people on stage.
The clever Trevor.
That's what to say. Clever Trevor
Hey,
Trio.
Trevor, that's the new name for your new trio, man. The Clever Trevor Clark Trio.
I'd say he's pretty clever.
He is clever and does a mean mouth trumpet.
And is a great dad.
Yeah, but don't blow the
That's
Easter
it.
egg.
I didn't blow. You just blew your own
Yeah,
egg.
why you gotta
Blew my egg, man.
Yeah.
All right,
So
so
it's just kind of like, you blew it.
we're gonna
Thank you, Apple.
get you to the interview here in a second, but first we're gonna do the abbreviated
Well, wait, hold on,
business.
before we get
and
to
I'll stop blowing my egg.
Make sure to go follow Trevor. Or go over to Instagram at TR3VORCLARK to see what he's up to. He posts all kinds of good entertainment on there.
There you go. And you can also keep up with where he's going to be playing out and all that stuff
That's
by
right.
following him over on the gram. All right, let's do the business. Follow No Simple Road at No Simple Road on Instagram and X. Yeah. Go to www.nosimpleroad.com. That is our website. I bet you didn't think that that's what it would be called, but it is. And that's where you can get No Simple Road merch. We got lattes up there. We got No Simple Road branded merch up. You can get a tarot reading with the Grateful Dead tarot deck.
Ooh.
Done by Mel and I. You spend an
Yeah.
hour with us. We'll read your cards with the Grateful Dead tarot deck. You get all kinds of stuff with that, like a playlist based on the cards you pull, all that stuff. You can go to the website, go to the merch tab, sign up, boom. Now you have a tarot reading with me and Mel.
That's right.
Ready
That's
to
a thing
go.
that
Yes.
can happen. Go to
If you-
patreon.com/No Simple Road.
Oh, and sign up. Sign up for Patreon. As little as $1 a month.
Cute dollars.
Or, yeah, 20, whatever. You can do a one-time donation, and that will give you access to behind the scenes.
Yeah, Connor's picks. He's picking deep cuts from the Jerry Garcia band and the Grateful Dead world, putting them up there weekly. Andrew's picks are going up there from around the jam scene.
I've added a new segment as of
Ooh.
starting today. Well, we're recording this on Tuesday, so by this you'll
Starting
have
on
seen
Tuesday.
several. It's Apple's random picks, because I realized I listen to a whole lot of stuff every day. You discover new music and new videos, And it's stuff we usually don't. It's not like artists we would have on the show, but I think it's really cool stuff. So I'm going to be posting these quite frequently. I put a new one up for an artist named Rin. You'll have to go to Patreon to check it out if you want to know.
And you do not have, you can go to Patreon and become a member of the No Simple Road Patreon community for free. You do not have to sign up for whatever. You can just go over there for free. And then if you like what you see, then you can just, throw us $1 a month. And hey, about that $1 a month, No Simple Road does cost $1 a month to listen to, everybody. All right. It's on the honor system though. So we're hoping that you're all honest out there, and we'll go sign up for $1 a month.
But what's not on the honor system is if you want to subscribe for $5, you get one of those Lost Sailor keychains that were special made for us.
Yeah, by Lost Sailor leather with the No Simple Road logo embossed on them. Everyone is different. They're all different colors. They're dope. So if you sign up for $5 or more, you get all the things that are on Patreon there. I can't remember what they all are. And then you also get the dope Lost Sailor keychain.
Yep.
So that's the Patreon thing. Please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcast platform you happen to be listening to the show on. We would so greatly appreciate your love, affection, and attention by giving us those 5-star reviews. It's not for our ego. It's to help other people find out about No Simple Road.
Yes.
Simple as that.
It helps
Well,
us get
and then
attention.
you can do 971-808-1524, which is No Simple Road Tepid Line.
I'm going to say
The
that number
tepid
again
line.
because Mel did it really fast. 971-808-1524. That
I was
number
going to
again.
repeat it.
971-808-1524. That's the No Simple Road Tepid Line. You have 3 minutes to call in, say whatever the hell you want. Yep. That's a thing.
Open mic.
Yeah. Have at it, folks. Go for it. Go. All right. What else? Please tell someone you love about No
That's the
Simple
most
Road.
important
That is
thing.
the most important thing.
Yes, it
That
is.
right there is the way that we vibrationally seal the deal in spreading the No Simple Road mycelium out into the world. And then this community gets bigger and bigger, and it's connected from one mouth to one ear and one mouth to one ear and one
it's
heart
nice
to one
to
mind.
have some little person feel the same way you did when you listened to that episode that made you all like warm, fuzzy inside.
Yeah, sharing is fun.
And then in the multiverse, like we're all connected in this big fractal geometric pattern that just keeps like warping and folding in upon itself
Split
and then going
open and
bigger.
melt.
And then
Split open and
pretty soon
melt.
there'll be peace on earth and the aliens will show up. And it's all because you told somebody about No Simple Road. See, it was that simple the whole time.
Playing. Oh, I thought we were doing a long
anyway.
jam there.
Anyway, that's the business. So yeah, follow Trevor, the things and websites for No Simple Road and all the stuff, and let's do it. You
There's
ready?
the last thing.
What?
Enjoy the episode.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
yeah, man,
Sit down, relax, chill out, and listen to Trevor
and us.
and us.
Yeah, that too. All right. Without further ado, the No Simple Road crew gives you Trevor Clark.
There's a guy with a beer in his hands, balloons in his bra that he made from his bandanas. Kids all hula hooping and music's blasting out your car as we wait for the gates to open. And I walk down to Shakedown Street with Eddie Happins and Grateful Dead roses. Kids all hula hooping and music's blasting out your car as we wait for the gates to open. I said, I need a miracle, baby. I need a miracle, alright. Yes, I need a miracle, baby. So put your finger in the air. Put your finger in the air. Put your finger in the air. Put your finger in the air.
hear me now?
Yeah.
What's up?
What's happening, man?
Hey, man.
What's going? Just hanging out. I have a kid, so it's
Great.
I know all
my
about
best
it.
friend.
Yeah.
I love that. It's on their Instagram. How do you practice very carefully? He's loving it.
Totally.
What's his name?
Monroe.
Oh, that's the coolest name.
Right on.
Yeah, Monroe Cumberland. And Monroe, like I love Bill Monroe,
Yeah.
and my favorite song, Dead song, is probably Cumberland Blues.
It better be. Shit. Trevor, man, it's good to meet you. I'm Aaron.
Aaron, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you finally, man.
And my name's Mel, Trevor. Thanks for coming on, man.
Mel, nice to meet you.
And then I'm the third one here. I'm Apple. Thanks for giving us some of your time here and joining us.
Nice to meet you, Apple. Awesome. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Trevor, tell everybody that's going to be listening who you are, what you do.
Well, I am Trevor Clark, and I'm the leader of Trevor Clark in the current situation.
I like that.
I'm a one-man band. I'm kind of like a ride or die friend out there in the music world. I've been chugging along for a minute here, and it's been a good ride so far, and it's not slowing down. So I've been listening to some of y'all's podcasts, and and my friend Sicard Hollow as well.
Aw.
Those guys, man,
man,
those are the sweetest cats ever, man.
Yeah, I just did a festival, their first festival here in Nashville called Flat Rock Festival, and they crushed it. It was a great set.
Yeah, there's so much talent in that band, man. I found out about them actually through the algorithm, through Instagram. And the first time I saw them play, I was like, holy shit, how have I not heard of these cats? And then boom. Did you hit us up?
Yeah, I reached out to you guys.
Okay. I was thinking about it today. I was like, how did we connect with you? And now I know.
Right
So
on.
cool, man. Thanks for reaching out, brother. That's cool.
Yeah, I like what you guys are doing.
Thanks, brother.
Well, as I say, love what you're doing too. You're out there a lot with people, joining everybody. And then I saw like on Jam Cruise, one of our good friends up here is Sean McLean. Sean, the vibe tender. And saw you all, saw you
Shout
all
out to
hanging
Sean.
out.
Yes.
Sean's playing like if he's in town, he's playing every night of the week, joining somebody or doing his own thing, or he's out of town joining everybody everywhere else. Just he gets around.
Is that kind of your bag too? Are you like the guy that's sitting in with everybody, or are you doing your own thing?
Yeah. That's a good question. For a while, I was playing in other people's bands and kind of just doing my thing on the side and just kind of going with the flow. I used to play with this band called Under the Willow back in 2015. Grass band, really phenomenal band. And eventually I moved to Nashville, made my way to Nashville, and that's how I met all the Sicard guys. But I've always kind of just done this one-man thing. I'm a huge Keller Williams fan. So I've just kind of like, he's inspiring. He made me delve into like who I am as a person, just as music alone,
Wow.
And yeah, so I mean, really, and I've been sitting in with folks and playing with lots of friends, and I've been playing, I got into bluegrass, maybe 10 years ago.
Okay.
And really found like community in that, and like the community of just jamming, like the festival scene, and being out there and playing music with folks. It really like kind of saved me in a way. It gave me something to latch onto, and really feel like I'm helping myself and helping other people. And so yeah, music's been kind of like this journey. And I kind of like we just did Dead and Company last year. We've done it for a few years. So I played the parking lots too. I just try to music is just this thing that just breathes and it brings in goodness. And I mean, you guys know.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
It's the thing that's kept me alive too, man. And the thing that's kept me young, going to see live music and being with other people and dancing and experiencing that. I really do think that does something real for your soul. It at least for me, it keeps my mindset young. I know that for sure. And having new experiences all the time, it also gives you something to
keeps it fresh
to look forward to in life. Otherwise you're just on the grind, dude. And that's fucked.
If we go about a week and a half to 2 weeks, if we go that long without having a show, it starts to get very mundane.
Yeah.
And you start getting drained and pulled more into that other reality that's going on out there. And it's let's go recharge and dip in the fountain of youth and get healthy again.
Trevor, I wonder what it was about Keller Williams that helped you kind of, come to your own or find yourself. What was it about what he's doing that inspired you?
That's a good question. I love entertainment, right? Like comedy, and I like really good movies and like art form. I love art. My partner is an artist. And sometimes when you watch certain people, maybe like Robin Williams or like Jack Black or like Keller Williams or like these people that are, I don't know, you could tell there's something else clicking in their mind for them. They're kind of these goofball, oddball people that maybe aren't so worried about being the center of attention, but they're the center of attention.
Right. Yeah.
And maybe that's what attracted me to Keller. I don't know. I'd never really thought about it too much. I just loved his goofy nature and his he would loop stuff, or he still does.
Yeah.
Or like Victor Wooten too. There's just this, it's like music is their religion kind of,
Totally.
And that's kind of where I lie. And I really do think I think more people should play an instrument and get together because it creates this community, this camaraderie that is so special. And I wish everyone could feel how it feels to play with somebody and have an intimate relationship like that, especially when you get to know somebody on their instrument. And then to watch that at shows, watching a well-oiled machine, I never got to see the Grateful Dead, but watching video clips growing up or listening to Dick's Picks or whatever we could get our hands on to listen to when we were younger. And seeing this, it was like a well-oiled machine, it had these.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy to even I remember the first few shows that I went to, seeing a transition from one song to the next, knowing there was no set list. I was these guys are all telepaths. There's no fucking way that you can do that and not be speaking without words. I mean, obviously I've learned, through the years that there's a musical language happening and there's prompts and cues and whatnot, but it's pretty amazing. And yeah, man, playing music with somebody, you're communicating on a completely different level of humanity. And it's universal. You don't have to even speak the same language. You can sit down with somebody that doesn't even speak English and play music with them, and it happens. Were you, you said you started picking bluegrass 10 years ago. Were you already playing guitar?
It is our dream come true, at least mine, to have a sponsor like Long Strange Putt, who was a listener of the show and then decided to be a sponsor.
Well, was a listener of the show, became our family, and now is a sponsor
Yeah.
of No Simple Road.
It's a nice journey.
Yeah.
But so
I like
long
that journey.
strange putt is important to us, and they should be important to you, especially if you're getting ready for festival season.
Or you're getting ready to go golfing.
Absolutely. Or you just like cool merch.
That's true. They've got ball eater ball covers. They've got long strange putt, LSP hat, rope, no rope hats. They've got Bluegrass
fixers.
select putter covers. They've
Dirty
got-
dogging shirts, dead hot tea slaps.
This is all true. They got the fluff head bucket hat. They got a mystery box.
I was gonna say I want to know what the mystery box
You gotta
is
get
from
it
Long
to
Strange
know
Putt. I
what's in
guess I
there.
do.
what a long strange putt it's been. Golf towel. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff
It's a
over
merch company.
at longstrangeputt.co. Go over there, scroll through, order yourself some stuff. If you order $50 or more, you're going to get 20% off your order with the promo code NSR20. There is a lot of really,
NSR20.
really cool stuff over there. Not only is Long Strange Putt an incredible merch maker, but he is the quintessential memester on the Instagram. So make sure you follow at Long Strange Putt on Instagram. Go over to the website longstrangeputt.co, order yourself some stuff, and make sure you use the promo code NSR20 to get 20% off your order of $50 or more.
Yeah, I picked up the guitar at like 10. I was like 10 years old. My buddy played upright bass, and he still does. He plays in an orchestra now.
Oh,
And he'd be like working on like Beethoven or Mozart, whatever. He'd be working on some piece 12 hours a day. I'd be like, hey, let's go play some video games. And he's like, no, I got to practice the bass,
And now he's in an orchestra.
And now he's kicking ass. Yeah.
Wow.
So what was your entry into bluegrass?
I guess, again, Keller and the Keels, Yonder Mountain String Band. I'm from like Chicago area.
All
And so, and I started playing with this band, maybe I'd gotten into it more serious, maybe in the last 10 years, but just a little bit before that, I was playing like folk music, and I played in an indie rock band for a little bit. My band called Borrowed Bicycle. There isn't much out there, but we had some shows, we did some stuff. But so I started getting into that and started figuring out, man, I love this sound, and I love like the whole arrangement of bluegrass, and something about Larry Keel, man, that guy. I saw him play with the Keller and the Keels, and it just blew me away. I was like, wow, I didn't know somebody could do that on an acoustic guitar, and but before that was Jeff Austin. I mean, growing up, Yonder Mountain was huge in the Chicago area, because Jeff is from that area.
Right.
So going and seeing one of those shows was just electric,
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. We didn't get to see Yonder with Jeff, but like we have several friends here in Portland that like that was their whole trip was Yonder with Jeff. And they've sent me, the choice cuts from back in the day and the YouTube videos, and they were doing something that nobody else was doing at the time. Like taking bluegrass and taking it out and making it dangerous even a little bit. And that has spawned this whole new thing. I mean, that they're one of the founding fathers of the jamgrass world right now that we're all in. And it's a trip to think that like a song like Cumberland Blues or like Jerry with Olden in the Way and all that has spawned this whole new genre of music that's out there. That's, especially with like Billy Strings coming on the scene, so many people are now like paying attention to the bluegrass world more than ever before. Do you feel like that? We interrupt this conversation with Trevor Clark for an important announcement.
You know what? June is Father's Day month.
Okay, that was it. All done. Back to
Back to
Trevor.
your regular program.
Just kidding. You guys should go check out our sponsor, Melt premium mushroom chocolates. Go over to Instagram and follow at Melt Mushrooms, MELTMUSHROOMS. Throw them a follow, shoot them a DM, tell them you're from No Simple Roads family, and they are going to send you a menu of their amazing mushroom chocolate bars.
And then you're gonna have to pick out what you want. And I like where Mel was going. Every father needs to relax, and it is Father's Day coming up here. So if you're a father, hook yourself up, or if your dad needs to just chill, get him some.
Well, check this out. For the month of June, they have a buy one get one half off. Letting them know that we sent you.
Yeah, so when you tell them we sent you, like Mel said, you're going to get buy one, get one half off. They have chocolate bars, they've got gummies, they've got minis, they even have capsules, and they will mail them right to your house. You just shoot them a DM, tell them we sent you, and the whole thing starts the process. There is 4 grams of their sacred mushroom blend in every bar, and a bunch of adaptogens to help that stuff do what it's supposed to do and make your tummy feel great and the whole thing. So go check out Melt Mushrooms.
Absolutely. I the first time I saw Billy Strings, I was at Susquehanna Breakdown. I think it was like 2016 and maybe 2017. I can't remember. But as soon as I saw it, I instantly fell in love, and I go, "This is what I've been trying to list. This is what I've been trying to make for myself."
Oh, wow.
It's like, holy cow! Like this guy gets it. He gets it, and it was kind of a relief, because I have my own style, but I have been hearing this thing for a while, and as soon as I saw him, I was like, I'm sold, I'm in, and I had to tell everybody about him, and for a while, people were like, who, what,
yeah,
and now it's the opposite.
He said it's a force.
It's definitely out.
Yeah.
It's not a secret anymore.
Not a secret anymore.
That's cool that you say that was like a relief for you, man, because I know for myself for a really long time, like seeing somebody shred the guitar would be discouraging for me as a player. Like I would be like, I'm never going to be able to fucking do that. There's no way. Like to be able to see it and be like, oh, wow, that's what I've been trying to get to. And I know I have my own thing. Like that shows a level of like, maturity.
Yeah. I was going to say maturity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like not hating.
Yeah, totally. And not letting it like bum you out too.
Yeah.
So what was your
totally?
first?
Yeah. I mean, music, I think from a really young age, I didn't like playing covers, and I didn't even really like covering the Dead that much, because I thought of it, and it's funny now. I love doing covers because it teaches you something and you learn something. But I always thought of it as a cop out. I was like, if you're going to make music, make music, make you make. And so when I see somebody who's making music authentically themselves, I'm like, that makes me so proud. I don't know. Like I just get, I'm happy for that person because it's like they figured it out. They didn't, and I say that now, and I play so many Dead songs, and I love Tom Petty, and I cover bluegrass standards, but geez, my younger self would be kicking me in the ass right now. Like, why aren't you doing more originals? Originals. Why aren't you playing your own music?
Maybe that's what all this is leading to, like you're gathering all of those like chops and all of those skills and all of those different kind of sounds that you love, learning them, and you clearly have your own idea of what you want to do. You've always, you have your side project or your main project or whatever it is. Like maybe it's just like a, kind of like reconnaissance mission that you're on,
Trevor in the moment.
Yeah.
And then
This summer's greatest movie.
That's right.
I'll watch it, dude.
Yeah, I would too.
all three of us said too, since us like discovering bluegrass and getting into it, there's no better cover than covers that are done by bluegrass bands. You can take any song in the world and do a bluegrass version of it, and it comes off awesome. Like almost every time. Heard a couple that were, but almost all the time it comes off so good. And what was that? Ride the Lightning.
Oh,
that one a couple weeks ago, doing Metallica's Ride the Light. I've never heard it sound so beautiful. You know, with such dark lyrics and everything, but it was uplifting and danceable, and was like, holy shit. No, it wasn't her. It was I can't remember right now. It was that female vocalist when Matt, not when Matt was over. Anyway, it was somebody we just got turned on to recently, and does a song called Mockingbird, which is all covers. And Ride the Lightning was on there. It was just like, oh my God, you can do anything in bluegrass, and it sounds so amazing and gives it a whole different concept.
Kendra Morris.
Yeah.
And it was Chris from Heady Waxfiend.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. You know,
do you know Kendra Morris?
No, but go ahead.
I just wanted
and I take it back. No, she's not necessarily bluegrass. She's more like a songstress, songwriter, but Americana kind of. Yeah. But yeah, in that vein.
It blows me away to think that, like, in the world that we're in today with like AI and computers the way they are, and, you know, instant communication across the globe, and you and I can talk to each other face to face like this from across the country on video, and that there's this return to wood and wire and not amplified music. What do you think is the reason for that, Trevor?
Oh, first off, you can take it anywhere. It's with you anywhere. It's, you know, at least my instrument, for me, it's like an extension of myself. So that thing goes with me everywhere, you know, even when I'm not playing shows. But I think people genuinely want to sink their teeth into something, right? They want to feel something. They want to live something. They want to get into something, you know, and everyone has their things they like. But I think with music, it's this very tactile, very hands-on, very community thing. And again, like we're so connected, but we're also so involved with the social media world and the internet world. And I think that's why we're craving acoustic music. I used to have this conversation with a guy who used to play mandolin with me, and he, you know, we would always say, like, have you heard this EDM song or whatever? Or have you heard all this new electronic music? And there's like, but have you heard all this new bluegrass? And there's like this huge contrast of just like, you know, computerized music and make anything possible you can hear, or melodyne or tune, and then over here you have this organic, I'm digging in my garden, you know, putting in the tomatoes, and it feels good to squish it around thing. And we need that more than ever. Yeah. At least I need it. You know, I feel like.
I think we all need it.
Yeah, we can all jump on that.
And I think that it's like a humanity thing. I really do. We're all, it's one organism. We're one gigantic organism, human beings on this planet, and the rise of technology, like I'm not demonizing it. Don't get me wrong. Like, we're using it right now. I got a ton of it sitting all around me. I do it for a living. Like, it's a tool. It's just like anything else.
Yes, exactly. It is.
Yeah. We need it.
We need it. But at the same time, when we rely on that for our connection to other human beings in a person-to-person kind of a way, we start to miss something. And I think that the rise of this kind of music, especially right now when the world is so upside down and topsy-turvy and weird, that it really does. It's a thing that's like creating connection for us. It's making us come together in a organic way. Do you know what I'm saying? And we just
Yeah,
got a thumbs
absolutely.
up from Zoom. Cool.
That's hilarious.
happen?
What is
I
that?
have no idea.
We don't. It pops up.
Yeah,
and-
randomly. And yesterday we were talking to somebody and I did a thumbs down.
Yeah.
And it was so inappropriate.
Uh-huh.
It didn't even make any sense why it did it. But I was like, I know he saw it too.
Whatever, man.
I feel like what we were just talking about, that kind of, that wood, the wire, the back to the earth, that's our balance. We're growing so technologically quickly, in short bursts of time too. Like maybe nothing will happen for like 6 months or a year. And then next thing you know, we've got freaking AI that can order everything under the sun, get a freaking housekeeper, like do all this crazy stuff. But we need that other side too. We have to stay grounded. There's this thing that's pulling us up, like in our heads, in our air, in our thoughts. And then we need stuff like stringed instruments or something to hit, with our hands to bring us down and let us be grounded, And I think that that's one of the reasons why bluegrass it's like even in its name, like grass, like this down
That's true. I never even
kind
thought
of like grounding thing,
Totally.
When it speaks to your soul, you go back to early because you say I'm a complete TV movie freak and everything, and I equate it kind of to like I love a good action movie that's got a lot of CGI in it, but that doesn't speak to my soul. Kind of the same thing,
Right.
like EDM or a good rock song. It's like, yeah, let's party, but it's not touching my heart and pulling on those strings that are so deep and human. So it's kind of the same comparison to me. Like bluegrass really does that. It takes you home. It takes you back in time. It's like sometimes it's like a time machine. Like you say, you can go back and you can feel it. Like you're in the Ozarks or something coming down out of the woods, and it's home and homey.
Yeah, it sounds historic.
Yeah.
Well, it is. I mean, if you think about,
think about that, like something can sound a certain light or heavy or whatever. When you put bluegrass music on, it brings you to it feels like it can bring you to a time period.
yeah, just like I've talked about this before on the show, but like the mother languages, like you have Hebrew and you have Chinese and you have Sanskrit, and those letter shapes have been written by human beings for thousands of years. And so each character is infused with the energy of the thoughts of the people that have written that character over and over again. And when you make words with those mother languages, there's power in those shapes and those words, and that thing has weight. I feel like bluegrass music is the same thing as that, but in musical form. It's been played on porches and handed down. A lot of the like early bluegrass stuff that came over as Irish folk music, that stuff wasn't even ever written down. That was passed from father to son and mother to daughter, and those songs were passed from family to family. And they've been played over and over again as tradition for people. And so those songs have power.
Yeah, life.
And a life of their own. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, totally. It's like, and anyone could do it, like
Oh, wow,
rich,
yeah.
poor. It was, and you didn't have to have, a lot of money. You could get like a tenor banjo, or you could get a dulcimer, or you could get these old timey instruments, and play music and sing. And it's like it's our early music, right? It's like a culmination of like kind of this ragtime and country folk that tells stories that just explains our history, and I think like the Grateful Dead were really good at that too. They were like telling older stories than themselves. Like they were kind of,
Yeah.
whether they be real or not, it doesn't really matter. They probably are, but who knows,
Yeah.
It's like,
I heard, God, I can't remember who it was, but somebody said they were talking about the Dead, and they said they were reaching back to go forward. And I thought that was like, wow, I never heard about that before. That like,
that's heady.
yeah.
Mhm.
And, where we are right now, I think that it would almost be like, it wouldn't make sense if this thing wasn't rising up and there wasn't people like you out there doing your thing. It like Mel said, we need that balance. We need organic stuff on the planet right now. So when you're sitting down to write, Trevor, what does it look like for you? Is that just like, is there a process that you go through, or is there just whatever happens?
Yeah. So I usually just start playing music. I usually just start like rambling, babbling. I just kind of like make noise. I kind of just start, not quite like that, but, and I just kind of go with it. And it usually leads you down a road and an idea comes out. That's like a basic way I write, right? That's like, and I use my phone and I'll just record it and delete them, record and delete until I kind of start to hear something. That's one of the techniques I use. And then there's what I called like stewing writing, where you're just everything, you're looking at everything. And for like months, you're like, something is cooking in here.
Mm-hmm.
You're out in the world and you're like, oh, that sounds cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's an experience. And so that's like a stew will stew up in your brain and kind of cook up for a while. And then eventually it'll spew out. You won't have any control. It'll just be, hey, here you go.
I like this too.
Yeah, you're like driving down the road 70 miles an hour and you're like, oh shit, not right now. Stop.
Let me pull over. Put this
Not
on.
the time. Well, that's why I was glad he asked that. I was going to ask kind of the same thing, because your songs, I like that you said Keller is one of your influences, because I think, to me, I definitely hear it. Like your sense of humor, the rhythm of the way you write and everything. But like the song, like what is it on the new on like Miracle? Yeah, that is a lot of lyric. I mean, you say a lot in there. Go through it. Your songs contain a lot of words, and the way you deliver them and stuff. That's why I was wondering that too. Like is that like piecework when a song's that long? Of like, you got to keep that, doesn't just like hit you.
That didn't hit you at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah. No, that one's like you're playing a show and you're like, I got a good hook and I got like one verse, and then you like improv what's happening that night. And then, that evolves into, somebody caught it on their phone and I listen back. That was cool. Cause I forget about ideas. I just let them go. They're just flashing. There's so many great songs that I've written that will never be written. But I just let them go. And then, so Miracle was one, that one took me a while. I used to go to summer camp music festival. I did it like 4 or 5 years in a row, out of high school era. And that song kind of started evolving then, standing in line. And then I started going to shows and I saw all these hippies putting their finger in the air and I'm like, oh, wow. I more and more I got into the Dead, more and more I started realizing like, oh, this is like a whole thing. And so that song, honestly, that song took me years to write. And it's funny because I wrote the last verse right before I finished it, because I went on Dead tour and I was like, oh, it just made sense. And it kind of just all came together right before we recorded it, which was really, that session was great. Actually, that song Miracle I got to do with Sicard Hollow and Kyle Tuttle.
Right on.
Oh shit. I didn't even, you know what, man? I pulled it up and I'm looking at the cover.
You didn't notice that was,
I didn't notice that was Kyle Tuttle and Sicard Hollow. I just didn't even know it. Now when you said it, it's like they all appeared.
Incognito.
You're a magician.
I'm very, very sneaky.
Yeah. Well done, man. Good job.
And you're animated and you're like, Apple said it. Like I can, if you had not said the Keller Williams thing, I can see the influence. And what's cool about Keller is like, he's very serious about how good he is, but so not serious about how his output. Like, it's fun and risky and so many things that you wouldn't expect. And that we need that.
Yeah.
Like, go, you know, like when you always go to a concert and everything is serious, that's great because that's what you paid for and you want to have a good time. But sometimes there's those times where you really just want to be free and silly and kind of
have fun,
have something dope playing, you know, as you frolic around. And, you know, I think that can't be understated. And it leads me to a question that Aaron asks sometimes. What do you think the role of a musician is, Trevor?
That's a good one. I think it's different for each musician. Like each musician has kind of their own role to contribute to the whole scene, you know, per se.
Sure.
My role is to, you know, I can only really speak for myself here.
Yeah.
My role is to kind of help people realize that they're their own hero. You know, they're their own friend.
Wow.
And that's what I think music again does. It creates a friend, like something to be a part of and be with. You know, I know a lot of people who go to shows alone. And they get there and the community's there that they know, you know.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, music is the greater friend. So I think what music
cool.
is for musicians is, you know, it's always going to be, even with like the most self-centered musician, they're still giving such a gift.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and you have no idea. I mean, you do, but you have no idea how a song's going to hit somebody when you write it, and it could just tear their world apart in so many beautiful ways, you know, that it's, you know, and I'm sure everyone here has felt that, witnessed that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And what that power is, you know, so it's a great responsibility to be a musician. You know, I take it very seriously, and it plagues my mind.
Well, you know, we just went and saw, we did the Fish Sphere run.
Lucky Ducks.
Dude.
I love that.
Yeah. And I was listening back yesterday to, can't remember if it was the first or the second night, but What's the Use? And there's not even any lyrics to that song. And it's a kind of a dirgy, slower jam, right?
Totally.
It's heavy. It's very Zeppelin-esque kind of thing. And that song, hearing that song, I've heard that hundreds of times in my life. Like, you know, I know it. That night, for whatever reason in that place, that song broke me. I was fucking sobbing listening to that. Like, it hit me in a completely different way. And that's not even like from the lyrics. That's simply from the emotion that was coming through the musician at the musicians.
Well, it's not simple.
But that's what it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know, like you're saying how much it made you emote. That's not a simple expression in my eyes, right? Like, Trevor, I am not a musician. I love musicians. I think they're the best things to come into this planet. But you know, from being a fan of whatever music you love, and then you know from being on stage that there's special moments, right? Like, they just kind of happen, and maybe you didn't even want a special moment that night. It wasn't even about that, but whatever that not simple expression was played or emitted out there to like pull you in. Like, that's the thing. I think that sometimes because we go to concerts a lot, we don't we forget that it's not simple. This person's laying it on the line, and you just happen to catch that really deep.
You rode the wave.
Yeah,
with them.
Yeah, and that's what's amazing about I love instrumental music. It makes me cry all the time. I love flamenco music. I love just anybody, a pianist, anybody rocking their instrument by themselves, like long-winded, because then you can kind of pick up on that vibe, like that they're going through.
But that's what she said. That's one of my favorites is Rodrigo y Gabriela. And,
oh my God!
And they don't ever
so
sing.
good.
They'll do little noises and stuff, but they don't sing, and that has brought me to tears and gets me so happy. And I love them. They're coming again here in September.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh.
They're amazing.
They're fucking amazing. We took Apple for his birthday a few years ago.
Yeah. They pulled me up on stage. I got to dance with them on stage. Rodrigo's like, yeah, okay. He's like, I like your stomping. You ready to really get it now? I was stomping on the stage so hard.
You're so drunk.
Yeah, it was my birthday. I drank quite a few, and they were like, "Oh no, they're bringing him up on stage." Like I was like, "What?" Yeah,
getting crunchy up there, man.
But you know what, man? That the reason I said that was like those moments are so impactful for your life, right? And the role of the musician in that is to be the conduit for that thing to come through. Like that's it. And it's that, like you said, that's a sacred duty. That's if you're not in your everyday life, people aren't breaking down into tears. Do you know what I'm saying? Like at work today, people are not just like, oh my God, those moments are fucking.
That PowerPoint presentation was so heady.
And if they are, we call the ambulance. No. But, yeah, man. And that shit, that like back what we said at the beginning, that's the stuff that makes life worth living, man. And to provide that for people is a sacred duty.
Yeah.
And I want to get back to what you said a few minutes ago. You said you went on Dead Tour. What year did you do Dead Tour? DistroKid has been the industry standard for getting your newly created music out to the streaming platforms, and now the DistroKid app is now available on iOS and Android. Yeah, check that out. The app is now available on your phone. Go to the app or Play Store and download it. There's so many features inside this app. You can do things like sign up and pay for a new DistroKid account. You can upload your new releases there. You can see your DistroKid bank and withdraw your earnings. You even get notified when you've earned royalties and withdraw from the app via push notifications. You can see hyperfollow links. You can edit your account details. You can see your streaming stats from Spotify and Apple. You can even edit and add lyrics to your songs there. So like I said, go over to the App Store on iOS or Android and download the DistroKid app now. Also, they have this new feature called Mixia. I know a lot of artists struggle to be prolific and make their music sound as good as the music they hear from their influences and their peers. That's where Mixia comes in. Nothing's ever going to replace the artistry and expertise of a real human mastering engineer. But for artists who are short on time or resources, Mixia is a powerful tool to help make the music sound great in a hurry. Simple interface, empowering the most novice of music creators. It's got unlimited song previews of mastered songs with one free download, and for $99 you get unlimited mastered tracks. So go check out Mixia and make sure to go to the App Store and download the DistroKid app so that you can get your music out there and get it heard. You're doing your thing and they're helping you do it. DistroKid.
So we've done like the last 3 years for Dead and Company.
Mm-hmm.
My partner Jerica Renee, shout out to her, Jerica Renee Art. She's a badass painter and she's a rock star in her own regard. We just travel and we follow them around. When I first met her, she was pretty heavy in the festival circuit scene. you know, she did like Peach Fest and summer camp, and now we've expanded out west more, and just getting into different scenes and stuff like that. And but last year we went really hard. We did almost all the shows. I think there was only like a few shows we didn't do.
With the baby?
I played. Say again.
With the baby?
Yeah, with our little guy.
All right. Dope.
Cute and fun.
Yeah, and you know, there's kids on lot.
Yeah.
So he was fine. I mean, they played, hung out. We'd stop on the road, go play at a park. You know, we did it all. We stopped and saw attractions. We went to that Meow Wolf in Colorado. The gorge was like one of my highlights. The gorge is beautiful. It was my first time being there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that place is magic.
Yeah, we did. I think we actually went up into Canada to go to New York. So we stopped in Niagara Falls. That was cool.
Wow.
Right
I'm going
on.
backwards now, but
Yeah.
The whole California coastline was beautiful. We stopped at the redwoods. The shows were magic, man. I mean, we couldn't go into all of them, nor could I afford to do that. But I played every single parking lot that we were at. Met a ton of friends. There's like such a cool jam scene, young kids, you know, pranksters and ghouls and hippies and all the above. You know, when you're following Dead and Company around, it's like it really is like a traveling circus. And, you know, those folks, they actually are pretty well organized and pretty sophisticated. And it's really funny when you go into a situation and it's like, you know, Live Nation is like running an event and all these hippies show up and they're like, no, this is how it's going to be. And the whole time Live Nation's like, no, it's going to be like this. 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 Then like all of a sudden hippies organize everything and it just becomes law of the land. It's just this bizarre phenomenon. Like, you know, and hopefully I'm not exposing too much here, but
no, you know what? It's funny, man. Like I left to go on tour at the end of '89 and I didn't know shit. I didn't know the lot. I didn't know nothing. All I knew is I'm never leaving the Grateful Dead, and I bought a school bus, and I'm going to find out what happens. And I thought the same thing. Live Nation wasn't a thing then, but I was blown away when it was all said and done at like how it kept itself together. It was this weird like amoeba thing where people would break off and others would come in, and there was this natural flow to it, and there was like self-organizing chaos that happened, and folks that kind of like ringmasters that kind of kept order of the cats that were needing to be wrangled. And it was it's trippy to me that you have, you know, it's what, 32 years later or whatever, and you have the exact same kind of experience hitting the road. That's a trip.
that is super trippy.
Yeah. That's
well,
cool, man.
and it's like I always, whenever I'm on the road like that, or on the road in general, I really feel like that's the American dream. Like, and I know that maybe sounds weird, but it's like you're out there. I mean, the history of America, if you know, just to go in for a second, is like we're just traveling and migrating here, and people from all over and sharing ideas and music, and then they keep moving farther west and west and west, and then, you know, we get horses and people start building trains and they want to travel places, and then the car, and it's like the American dream is like a moving circus, you know. It's really is. It's like this.
Totally.
Wow. That's quite a perspective.
Well, like you were like everything was just being said too, that like it's so nice to see that like the scene is alive and well. Like you're saying, meeting a lot of younger people. We say it all the time now. Like we have hope for the future because we see like what Dead and Company has brought back to life and stuff. And we've met like Andrew and Sean and Toon and all these, all these cats that are like in their 20s into their early 30s. It's given them a life.
And they're heady cats.
Yeah,
too.
and they wouldn't have had that life if it weren't kind of for the resurgence of all this, for them to have a lot.
Yeah, they have
to
businesses
go to. Yeah, they all have businesses because of it.
Yeah.
Or artists because of it. And I got a thumbs up for that.
Right on.
I don't know how that
Random thumb. So there it is.
I love it.
But it's just so. I mean, we met so many. Like you were saying, the park. You can go to a show. It could be a festival or the Dead or whatever. If you don't make it into the show because you can't get a ticket, you're still going to have the time of your life, and you're going to hear the music, and you're going to get the feeling of the community. It is. It's one big crazy traveling circus.
It's dope. Yeah. And it really does never stop. The music never stops.
No.
And it even when Jerry passed, like, here comes the Dead and the other ones, and
Rat
Further
Dog
and Rat Dog, and then Phil and Friends and J-Rad and
Dark Star Orchestra
and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Like, that stuff doesn't end, man. And just like, we're talking about Bluegrass and jamgrass being a branch on that tree. Grateful Dead spawned the entire scene that's happening right now, Fish and the whole, I really feel like in some small way, even the EDM scene, is partially affected by the roots of the Grateful Dead.
Off.
Yeah. It's the festival culture too. Have you ever been to Oregon Country Fair?
I have not.
Oh. Brother, we gotta get you out here for Oregon Country Fair, man. It is it's in July, at the beginning of July every year. It's been going on for 52.
No, it's more than that.
It's as old as I started in 69. So 50 going on 55.
It's in Veneta, and it's on that land, and it is the 4th largest city in Oregon for 3 days. And it's all volunteer, no paid. There's 6 paid positions in the fair. Everything else is volunteers. 20,000 volunteers that come and build this psychedelic.
It's like
Ewok
Renaissance
it's
circus.
Like Ewoks, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, the Alice in Wonderland.
No way, that's my jam.
It's like every kind of fantasy thing you can ever think of, and very folky.
Whoville, even.
Like like Aaron's saying, you as a performer or just a spectator, you'd fit in there so well because it's very Americana and folk.
It's everything.
Yeah,
And
spoken
very
word
family
and-
friendly too.
Your son would have a blast.
Oh,
But
is that your son?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, buddy? We're having a beautiful discussion about music.
We're almost done, buddy.
We're almost done. Go back on the couch. I'll be out in a second. Thank you.
Aw. That
He's
was
such
the
a sweetheart.
cutest.
That was sweet,
That was
man.
so sweet.
He's the best. He's like so understanding. I'm just blown away
Aw.
by him.
Well, know this as a dad, brother. He is a direct reflection of you. Get that?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
dope.
man.
Um,
Hold on. I want to ask. This has none. Okay.
Oh, he's cute.
Cute. Get him on here.
Monroe.
Hi, buddy.
Hi, Monroe.
What's up?
Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
You want
Hi.
your dad back?
You want your dad back?
You want to hang out with dad? Yeah.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Better not be. You ate so much food, dude.
Oh.
Right on,
Well, we're
man.
just gonna say bye to your dad because we're done with our conversation. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing your dad.
I have one last. This is a very important question because it's driving me nuts on the new album. The Lovin' Comes Easily. At the beginning of that going in, is it a kazoo or a trumpet that's muted? Like, what is the instrument?
Oh man, that's my hold on. Peekaboo. Dude, I mouth trumpet.
Okay. After I saw a few of your Instagram things of you and on YouTube, a few of you doing some beatboxing and other things. Okay.
Yeah, I do like beatboxing, mouth trumpeting, weird reverse sounds with my mouth. And I've been trying to do, the other song on there, Lightning, starts with like beatboxing.
Yeah.
It's me beatboxing and playing the guitar at the same time. Trying to get more into that realm where I do that. You know, I can do that for 5, 6, 7 minutes.
Oh,
I can play a whole song, beatboxing and playing guitar, which I don't see happening that much. And like, I want to inspire more people to do it. And Keller being one of those guys that inspired me to do more of that. And my partner, I kind of gave up on it for a while, and she's like, "Why aren't you mouth trumpeting anymore at your shows?" And I was like, "Oh, nobody wants to hear that." And now it's kind of becoming. Yes,
it's also very Oregon Country Fair. We were just talking about that. That is a very Oregon Country Fair thing. Just like the performative aspect of your talent.
Yeah.
Like
who you
don't just lay down your painting. You like kind of express your painting, and thank you for what you do, man. You're a really fun artist. You're super talented, and I love your sense of humor. I love that you've been a musician, but you're still dawning on what you're still to come. And I think that's exciting and fun.
Yeah, thank you. It's been it's like a slow journey for me, and I'm okay with that. Like I'm just trying to just slowly go up, and have as much fun as possible.
That's the trick.
Yeah, and if you want to be a musician your whole life, who cares how long it takes?
That's it.
Yeah.
That really is
yeah.
That's what I've been trying to tell folks, and thank you. And it's a journey, and keep enjoying it. And anyone out there that wants to do anything, that's worthwhile is going to take a while,
No shit.
That's right.
Do you have any music coming out or anything that anybody should be on the lookout for?
I got I haven't released any dates yet, but I'm going to be doing some stuff with the Sweet Lilies coming up.
Ooh.
And then I have a couple of songs that are already recorded, but I haven't figured out quite what to do with them yet, and maybe need a little bit of tweaking. So nothing, no dates kind of as of right now, but yeah.
If folks want to follow you, where do they go?
They can go to my Facebook, Trevor Clark Music, or Instagram, which is Trevor Clark, and it's TR3VOR.
Okay.
There's a 3 on the E of my name. 3 is my favorite number. I was born on the 30th. I'm a big 3 person.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is the magic number, so.
3 is the magic number.
We know.
And Trevor, in the emails that you and I shared with each other, my phone number is at the bottom.
Yeah.
In my signature. Shoot me a text so that I have your number, because we got some stuff that we're doing out here planning next summer, and I'd love to have you come out for it.
Rock and roll, man. I would love to come out there.
And dude, if there was ever a human being that I've met that is made for Oregon Country Fair, it's you.
Yeah.
We need to get you to fair somehow. So
yeah, you definitely.
Shoot me a text,
and it sounds like Jerica too. It sounds like she would just be part of the landscape.
Oh, we're a package deal, baby.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So let's figure it out, man. Let's stay in touch.
Thank you guys so much. It was really nice meeting everyone.
Yes, you
Trevor,
too.
Brother,
have
thank
a great
you, man.
night.
Go have fun
Until
with
next
Monroe.
time. I will, yes.
Oh,
That's a dope human being.
I
right
love
there.
when little babies interrupt the podcast. That's my
Uh-huh.
favorite
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
It is. He got right up there. You want to check it out? Like, what is
Dad doing?
What is Dad doing?
Anyway.
I want to see these. He had to. I think we got the okay too. He was cool with us.
You're like,
He checked
Yeah.
us out. Was like, all right, I ain't got nothing to say really, but you're being cool to my dad.
he did
can
hide and
hang.
seek eyes.
Peekaboo.
Yeah, or peekaboo.
Hide
yeah.
and seek eyes.
Yeah, he was like,
Wow, Mel.
what? Those are hide and seek eyes when
I
you
guess
cover
it
your
is.
eyes.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'd never heard it
What?
called that before.
Well, that's a good way to explain it to somebody that doesn't understand like English.
Because there,
slang.
and also
Peekaboo.
people can't see me when I'm doing that, putting my hands over my eyes. So if I say hide and seek eyes, you know, kind of what that
Where'd you go,
means.
Mel?
See?
Where'd she go?
Where is she?
Where is she?
Where'd she go?
Oh no!
Here
there you are.
I thought she was gone, everybody. I got scared. She did hide and seek eyes.
Hell yeah! See,
Wow.
this got us a little silly. So yeah, everybody should go check out what Trevor's doing because he is very entertaining, and I love all of his songs.
Yeah,
He
hell
doesn't,
yeah.
he doesn't have a lot of stuff out there, but to make up for that, you can go over to YouTube also, and
Yeah.
he's got a lot of stuff going on there.
He kind of explained that he was doing stuff for a lot of other people, and then he's got his own thing, and
That's so funny.
I think it's rad. He's doing right before we started this. I was looking at his stuff on Instagram, and he's pretty busy on that too.
pretty prolific.
Yeah, like I saw like with Sean, and he was playing with the Sweet Lilies on Jam Cruise,
Kyle
and then
Tuttle.
doing stuff with Kyle Tuttle.
Right on.
And he's just out there. Lindsay Lou, he's got that performance with her. He's out there just having fun, making music his life.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's what I mean. Like, think about like a career musician,
yeah,
right? Who cares if you are like where you want to be in year 1 or year 20? Because it's going to be the same place. You're going to be working towards something more.
totally,
Always.
totally understand.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I mean, I don't mean
Yeah.
like fame or anything like that. I mean like you're writing your first album, or you're finding your band, or you're doing the grind of touring.
You're
or
now a musician.
You're a musician. You're doing it. So at any stage is welcome because you're doing it.
Right. I totally understand what you're saying, but there's the reality of day to day.
But even if you're perfectly where you want to be, there's still stuff in everything you don't want to do.
That's true.
So it's
Remember-
never perfect, ever.
I remember we were talking to Scotty Stoughton yesterday from Winter Wondergrass and Renewal, and he was talking about working with Billy Strings, and he was like saying that he's honored that Billy's team would take them on because Billy has this grueling schedule and career, and you wouldn't think that. I wouldn't think that normally. Like, it seems to me like Billy Strings is doing exactly what Billy Strings want to do. You know what I mean? But to think that that's a grueling, and I'm sure it is.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
he's
God,
touring
dude,
so heavy.
The cooler you are, the more people want a piece. And so
Yeah.
if it's more people that want to see you, that means you have more places to be. And there's no more time than anybody else's.
Yeah.
You get as many hours as somebody else does. And maybe you don't have to do like pick up your kid from soccer or like drive to the office, but you are driving to the office in some way.
I thought
Do you know
when
what
you
I
had
mean?
more money, they add more hours in the day. For you.
Oh yeah, no,
No,
that
it's
doesn't
like
happen.
26, 27.
Doesn't matter how rich you are, you can't buy time.
That's
Nope.
true, man. All right. Well, everybody go follow Trevor and keep an eye out for when he's playing near you. And all of our Pacific Northwest family, I'm going to do my best to get him out here for
Oh
something.
my gosh, he's gonna be so fun.
Yeah.
So fun when he comes out here.
Yep. So yeah, we'll be back on Monday with another edition of the No Simple Road Weekly Rewind. And no, don't do that. That's Apple being a turkey. Until then,
That's
take
me
care,
rewinding.
take care of
Did
each
sound like
other.
a turkey, I guess.
Smile at a stranger. Safety third. Hydrate. And hey, everybody.
Rewind your turkey.
Well, that too.
Oh.
But guess what?
What?
It's almost time for Oregon Country Fair.
And you want to know what else?
What?
We got our own SOs.
Oh,
dude.
We love y'all. Peace.
Like twist and turn, the mission turn, and it's a journey. Wish the word is many problems, but it's a burden. Family needs has been deferred, and hell it means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistence, over shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A equal A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
Hi, this is Henry Kay, host of the #1 music history podcast, Rootsland. Come with me on a journey to Kingston, Jamaica, where we explore the world of reggae music and the untold stories of some of the genre's greatest legends. From the ghettos and tenement yards where the music was born, to the island's iconic recording studios. We are so excited to team up with Osiris Media, the leading storyteller in music, because as you'll hear, sometimes the story is the best song.